You're retro trekking with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
What time is it? It's apple snack time. Coming up.
We finally had the opportunity to jump across the pond, which was like the highlight of some of our traveling, because we have done a lot. We've seen a lot. We've been a lot of places. There was a time that you think our zip code was not home because we were always somewhere else on a plane. It was a plane, right? Actually, that was our zip code. Anyways.
The 7 wonders of the world? No. Unnumbered caramel wonders of the world.
Kennedy.
What?
I like the notation there that we were making it very much our own with traveling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so much to see and do. I don't know how some of these things get coined as, okay, this is where you need to see. This is the main feature here.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to see. And of course, the 7 wonders would be amazing.
Oh, totally.
To touch.
Totally.
But, let's get into our caramelicious way of looking at things.
Yes, let's jump right into this.
I like it.
Okay, so we're gonna share with you, or your archivers, some of the places that we've actually been to.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been to a few places. So, okay, Coop, what's on your list?
All right. So, back in the early aughts, we finally had the opportunity to jump across the pond, which was like the highlight of some of our traveling, because we have done a lot. We've seen a lot. We've been a lot of places. There was a time that you think our zip code was not home because we were always somewhere else on a plane. It was a plane, right? Actually, that was our zip code. Anyways, one of the main interesting places, which was on the bucket list, was Ireland.
Yep.
Ireland.
That was amazing.
Oh my goodness. Bunratty Castle. Amazing. I mean, and Ireland is every bit as green as you would fantasize it to be.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a moving postcard.
It was.
We actually took a bus tour. It was a week long.
Yep.
And even our group was cool, it was panoramic views, and we just went from point to point.
Yeah.
Places that we would have never dreamed we could see.
Yeah, and our friend was going to college over there at the time, so we got to hang out with her before and after. So we met up with her and hung out in Dublin, and then when we came back around to leave from Dublin, we got to hang out with her again. And in the meantime, seeing all the southern countryside of Ireland.
The coast.
Oh my God.
All you needed was Celtic music or whatever playing in the background.
And it was readily there. It was available. Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Yeah, we went to Bunratty. And where was the other castle? We went to a few.
We went to quite a few.
They were awesome.
Totally went to Blarney Castle. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was. In all these places, it's set up for touristy areas too. We also went to a stud farm, which was cool.
That was in Killarney.
Yeah. So it's like it's touristy, but not in a touristy way.
Yeah.
They all have a gift shop.
Yeah.
So you were able to get something pretty much everywhere you went, which was, it's I don't know. It's hard to put into words.
It was caramelicious.
It was. But jumping back across.
Yeah, because that was 7 hours ahead of what we're used to. So that screwed up our body clocks. But our next one is jumping behind in time. 6 hours. This screwed up our body clocks. What was that, Coop?
Goodness, yeah. That would be Waikiki. We were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We actually did do Hawaii a couple times now. One of our best childhood buddies lives out there.
She's part of the Girl Squad.
Yes. So we were able to catch up with her a couple different times. Because, it's not like you can just, hey, let's go grab lunch. So it takes a little effort to see each other. But we were able to make that happen. And some of those places, Waikiki Beach, how can you go to Hawaii and not do Waikiki Beach? We did that at night even, which was so cool.
How many people can really even say that? I mean, people can travel now, and there are still people that have not been to Hawaii.
This is curious.
It is curious, because, y'all mom been there twice.
Yeah.
We're from the cornfield. What happened here?
What happened? Oh my goodness, there's Kaneohe Bay.
Kaneohe Bay.
There was,
Mililani.
We went to Diamond Head, Mililani, yes.
There, yeah.
We even went to the malls and stuff while we were out there.
Yeah.
Of course, we did see Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
That was interesting.
That was real cool.
We went to the Big Island.
Big Island. We went to see the volcano, the lava tubes.
Yes.
Stuff in Hawaii. Went to Hilo and Kona.
Yep.
That was amazing, because that's kind of like country Hawaii.
Yeah.
And not country like country here, just not city-like.
Yeah.
Real nature, and, you can take in the sights. The mountain was the backdrop.
Right.
Where our friends lived. You open the curtain, and that was the picture, with a real mountain.
Yeah. And it's one of those, it's interesting because there was wildfires and stuff that happened out there in Hawaii this past summer.
Yeah, that's right, Maui, which we didn't get there.
Right. But you always hear about volcanoes erupting. That is where you can catch active live volcanoes. And when we were out there was one that had erupted not too long before that, and they had recently just cleared the road.
Oh my.
It had flowed across the road, so when you're driving through, you see lava on each side. Obviously it's dried, but you're driving through what was a pretty thick patch of that had overtaken the road, but they were able to clear it out. It's that's pretty amazing.
That'd be humbling.
Yeah.
Because that's nature force at work right there.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so now we're back in the plane. We're back at home in our plane. Where are we heading this time?
Now we're going to go below the border.
Yep.
So we went to central Mexico.
Yep.
We went and saw some family down there. We went to Monterrey.
Yeah. That was an experience.
That was.
Because, a lot of people, they do go to Mexico. That is, very, very touristy. We've joked about it before. When, back in the 70s and 80s, it was Acapulco, that was the place to go when you went to Miami, when you went to Mexico.
It starts with an M, it works.
Yeah.
Come on, Coop.
Getting old. But when you go to Mexico, it's Acapulco. But now, it's like Cancun. I'm sure there's probably some other, if you're so inclined to go down there's probably some serious resort areas that people know and maybe spring break at or whatever.
Yeah.
But when we went to a place that probably isn't very common to outsiders. Even our father and our aunts, when they were younger, went to Mexico City and all of that.
Real Mexico kids.
Yeah, we got an anti-family.
So it is.
It's gonna happen.
Strong.
But so going to Monterrey, we went to I think there was kind of like an amusement park type thing down there, kind of Six Flagish. There was also like a nature preserve we were able to kind of check out, which was neat.
Went to a baseball game.
Oh yeah, the Reynosa, because this was when we came back to the other area. Oh, it was Reynosa. What was the?
I don't
Can't
even
remember.
know. We got to meet some of the ball players.
Yeah,
got a signed ball,
Yep.
baseball. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we went to 3 or 4 games while we were there. We were there for quite some time.
So that was caramel apples with nuts. Straight up. It was hot down there too.
Yeah.
It was Mexico. It was dry and hot. But I mean, it was still like city stuff. Like, it's just weird how you can go to these different locations.
Yeah.
And if it's not a map, if it's not on a map, you can be anywhere, really.
Absolutely.
Pretty fun.
It was. I mean, so getting back on that proverbial plane, where are we headed to now?
Okay, so cannot not go to New York. I'm serious. It is still one of my favorite places on the planet. I love New York City. I don't know.
It's like in a world of its own.
I love New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, well, whatever. No. There's something about it. I don't know. And in the fall time, even better.
Yeah.
My speakers are gone. I lament that. The Twin Towers. I feel like those are one of the wonders of the world at the time.
They were so cool. Yeah.
They were. I mean, we got to go up on top of that mug.
And it's interesting because one of the very last times I knew we were there personally as a family before, we started branching out and getting married and doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
We were there.
How dare we? My goodness.
We're adding to it. So I guess it's good. But I know this was one of the times we actually went to the observation deck on the outside. Every time before we were up there, we had gone many, many times.
Yep.
It was always closed due to wind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This last time was in 1998.
Yep. That's taking us back a couple years.
Isn't it, though? Still had the ticket stub for the longest time. I don't know if I still have it.
Ugh.
But we went outside on the observation deck because it wasn't that windy. And then everybody knows what happened in 2001.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool that we have the memory of it and, our very, very nostalgic way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Because they are not there. And that's why we love doing what we do. We're able to talk about things because you lived through it, you touched it, you experienced it, and it's not just looking at it from a perspective of, oh, that's kind of cool over there. That person got to do it. We can only speak from our experience, and that's neat. And you can't do that with everything. So.
It is, and getting up outside on the top of that thing, #goals.
Right?
We arrived. That was awesome.
It was, and you could feel the building swaying.
Them suckers were swaying. It was a little creepy, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
And when we were up there, just real quick, the needle on the North Tower.
Yes.
That's what it looks like when you're looking at it from a distance.
Yes.
You're on top. That was like a small building up there. That sucker was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like, you look at it and you're like, is this real?
Yeah. You look at it from a distance, you're like, I'm going to put my arms around that. No, you cannot.
No, you cannot.
You would need many, several arms. Hundreds of arms. Get around
Oh,
that.
my goodness. The Twin Towers. So then we went back down after touring that and everything. We could do Times Square and all that good stuff. We did walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, which, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Talk about iconic.
Yeah.
And we'll actually, mention a bridge here in a few minutes. But that is awesome. Walking across that is like a whole conglomerate on its own.
Right.
Subways are going across the people, bikers, traffic. It's great.
It is. You're in a movie set.
It is. So then you go down and get some good Italian food or some pizza and it's on. Okay, so it's time to go. We got to go somewhere else now. Where?
We get hungry, yeah. Okay. Back on that plane.
Back on the plane.
Okay, we're heading back out west.
Okay.
we got to do some pretty amazing things out there in LA.
We did.
We've talked about this before. We have walked the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes.
We know people live out there, and that's cool. But when you're coming from the cornfield and you're able to do some of this stuff, you're like, all right, this does exist, and I'm doing it.
It's a big deal.
It really is. Mm-hmm. And we were out there, enjoyed a party of sorts.
It was big time parties.
It was.
You want to spill what it is?
It required a limo. Okay.
Yeah, she still won't say. Something, fill in the blank, the grouch. Yes, that's what it was.
Yes. It was an after Oscars party.
Okay, Coop's done being modest. Thank goodness.
Yes, and we've actually done 2 of those.
Took a little poking and prodding. I don't know.
Sorry. You're in Hollywood, that's what you do.
It was all her fault, too, and I love it. She dragged me along, and I was happily hostage.
Oh, yeah. So we've done after Oscars parties. We've been to the Grauman for...
Yeah, the Chinese theater out there. That was pretty impressive.
And that was for a movie premiere.
Yep.
We've done some stuff out in Hollywood.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So, on one of those excursions in a limo, we did go up to the Hollywood sign.
Hashtag goals.
Wow. What can we say? It was LA at night. Like we said, it was after the Oscars party, so it's pretty late in the wee hours of the morning, actually.
This was awesome.
And we're in the limo. We take it all the way up to the Hollywood sign because our limo driver was pretty cool.
Shout out to Gemma.
Yeah, super stretch limo. Wow. We're dressed for an Oscars party. Anyway, we get out and we get to experience the Hollywood sign in a way that it's not just seen on TV. We were standing behind it. It's like we were able to look down, and not that other people haven't done that. But again, we were from the cornfield, and we were doing it.
Yeah, it just shows you can put your mind to anything. You know, you can do whatever you want. And you might have to take a little roll up your sleeves and, put a little elbow grease into it. But seriously, I mean, we're dealing with life in another conglomerate now. But when you think back, we think back to our fond memories. We did some pretty fun things. I mean, I'm glad we were able to talk about that, as you said,
Exactly.
That's from a caramel perspective.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's some of the places we've been to.
Yeah.
We're not dead, so there are still places that are on our bucket list. So before we end our apple snack this week, we're going to share with you some of the places we'd still like to maybe possibly get to someday. I don't know, so...
Yeah, and it's neat because we're doing this on a more mature way of seeing things now.
That's right. So one of those is, do I have the finances? Back then, it didn't matter. You just made it happen. Now it's like, do you want to eat? Do you want lights on in your house? You better think about this.
So what's one of the first things you would like to do? Or maybe not the first thing, but what is on your list to see there, Kennard?
Well, Coops beat me on this one, but one of the things, I'd like to see is Niagara Falls on the Canadian side.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I'm sure the pictures really don't do it justice. I mean, they're pretty impressive in film and on TV.
Yeah.
But Coop has seen them. She says that is the truth. They are awesome.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
So, I don't know. Someday I'd like to see that. I'd also like to see, we decided we were going to mention a bridge, so I think it'd be kind of cool to see the Golden Gate Bridge out in San Fran.
Ah, yes.
I don't know that much about the city. I'm sure it's got some cool stuff going on there, but that bridge is pretty impressive. So big.
It is. But just keep in mind, it's been depicted in several disaster movies. So be careful. Plan accordingly.
There's that. Don't make that your trip.
Yeah. Or if it is, make it your last one. Do the other stuff first.
That's right. Mount Rushmore always seemed kind of interesting, but I think that it would be actually cooler to have some of the pro wrestlers face in there instead of the presidents. So that hasn't happened, so maybe that's not on my bucket list. I don't know.
Let me point to the president of the World Wrestling Federation.
Dubai. I think Dubai's neat.
Yes.
Yeah. Dubai. The ancient ruins of Greece.
Wow, yeah, like the Parthenon and
The
stuff.
Parthenon, yeah. And you can't go wrong. I'm sure Greek food is bomb diggity. I don't know.
Sure.
The canals in Venice, Italy.
Uh-huh.
So that'd be kind of cool. And you can't go wrong with Italian food. It's the best cuisine ever.
Exactly.
But back home, I would like to see the Sphere, the MSG Sphere in Vegas. That's like the big thing going right now.
Which is very, very cool because, you know, again, we didn't have it on our list of our travels, but we have been to Vegas.
Yeah, we've been to Vegas
times.
A couple times, yeah.
And if this had been there at the time, obviously,
oh yeah,
it would have already been taken off the list because we would have done it. So yes, I like that. That's cool.
They have made it look like different things. Crazy. The full moon.
That's so neat.
A basketball, a tennis ball, different things. An eyeball. Yeah. I don't know if I like that so much. But I mean, they'll craft it to look like different things. This thing does concerts. So it's a concert venue kind of thing. So I don't know. It may or may not happen. We'll see.
Get an EDM concert in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hashtag goals. Hashtag I'm there. Hashtag Armin van Buren.
Okay. So on the note of Armin van Buren, if he will not come to the Sphere, we will gladly go to Ibiza and catch him there.
Oh, okay. So this is a shared list. Coop's about to give you hers. Rip them off.
Okay. All right. So. Yeah, Ibiza, I think would be amazing.
Oh my God.
On another level, actually, it stems way back because we've been listening to EDM for quite some time. Like
it spun off of freestyle and that kind of dance type of music. Like I think we even mentioned that in our freestyle episode that was hashtag goals.
Yeah, we've really been listening to EDM since the late 90s. It's in there. So another place that I would love to go to is Iceland.
Do tell.
I know there's places that you can catch the Aurora Borealis here in the States.
Okay.
And I'm not opposed to that because it's just freaking awesome. I'm sorry. It's so cool. But I would love to go over there because I think it's just a different level of seeing it and experiencing it.
Okay.
So I would love to do that.
Hope it happens.
And go to Reykjavik.
I never heard of it.
Yes.
Oh, see, I ain't even heard of this place. That's pretty cool. I'm sitting here nodding like I understand what she's saying. I have no clue.
And as you mentioned, Niagara Falls. Okay, that started a serious interest into waterfalls. They have some pretty amazing ones over there in Iceland. So I will love to check that out as well.
Interesting. I hope that happens.
Yeah. A little more grown up. Okay. Taking the beautiful sights. Also, something else here in the States is the Bentonite Hills.
I never heard of it.
Never heard of that either.
Okay. You want to feel like you are in a Star Wars episode, or you want to feel like you are in a Star Trek episode. This has the look. I haven't been there personally yet, so I don't know, but the pictures that I've seen looks otherworldly. It looks like another planet. It is so interesting. I mean, and I would like to lay eyes on it because it's like, does it really look that way, or is it camera angles? You know, is it something that only a camera could pick up and make it look that way?
Or did they enhance it?
Yes.
The photographers enhance it. Okay, yeah. I gotcha.
So after laying eyes, we'd totally be like, yes or no. But check out some pictures. It's really, really cool.
Okay.
Couple more things on the list, and then we'll probably have to wrap this up. But I want to go to possibly check out the Great Wall of China. You know.
Oh, see, Coop don't mess around. See, her hubby hubs be like, look here, lady.
Yeah.
No, you look here, you crazy apple. Ain't happening. You gotta take care of Ma.
Right. It's like, honey, we can go over there and we can see it from space. You know, they might see us. We can wave to the satellites.
He's like, I'll wave to the TV. He's like, hashtag goals.
Right. He's like, this is not on my list. But the next one is kind of close to where, because he's always said Australia is one place he would mind going.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not necessarily on my list, but if that was someplace he really wanted to go, I'd go.
Okay.
For him.
Cool.
But it is not really on my list. But nearby, maybe we could have a nice little, compromise and do New Zealand.
Oh.
I do New Zealand.
New Zealand.
There was a certain movie back in the early aughts.
Oh my God.
And, books way back before that.
Totally.
They had a tour that you could tour the Shire. You could tour it, It's like, that would be amazing to actually be able to check out. So, our list is still kind of long, It
is, yeah.
And hopefully we can start checking some things out. Some are closer than others.
Yeah.
But it's just a plane ride away.
That's right. We ain't dead yet, so I don't know. Again, lights or travel?
Right.
Travel sounds pretty good.
Sounds good to me. And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But as you know, there's more where that came from. So stay tuned. Subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and review. And if this episode entertained you, please spread the word. See you next time in the Retro Orchard, and thanks so much for listening.